Good morning. Today we are going to continue using proportions to make predictions. For each of the following questions, create a proportion to make a prediction. Money on top, time on the bottom. Question 1. Last month, Henry's dog ate 40 cans of dog food in 10 days. So I'm going to underline that. Right away we know we're talking about dog food and days. How many cans should Henry buy to feed his dog for 6 days? So now I'm going to set up my proportion. My fraction, I'm comparing dog food and days. I remember time always goes on the bottom. So days will go on the bottom and dog food will go on the top. Now they first tell us that it's 40 cans of dog food in 10 days. So my proportion would be 40 on top, 40 cans of dog food. And 10 days, days goes on the bottom, that's in your denominator. Now to set up a proportion, remember we have two fractions. How many cans should Henry buy to feed his dog for 6 days? So they're giving us 6 days. Days goes in the bottom. So I'm putting 6 here in the denominator. I don't know how many cans, so because I don't know how many cans, for cans of dog food, I'm going to make that X. Now we're going to cross multiply. Forty times 6, when I plug in 40 times 6, I'm going to get 240 in my calculator, equals 10 times x. Well, 10 times x is just 10x. I want to get x by itself, so I'll divide 10 on both sides. Cancels out on the right. 240 divided by 10 is 24, so 24 equals x. And again, this problem is asking you for how many cans, so your answer would be 24 cans. Question 2. Johnny completed 9 math homework problems in 4 minutes. I'm going to underline that because that's the first piece of information they're telling me. 9 math homework problems in 4 minutes. At this rate, about how many problems should he complete in 33 minutes? So I'm looking for how many problems, and they're telling me it's 33 minutes. So I know we're comparing math homework problems and minutes. So if I was to make my proportion, if I want to label it first, homework problems would be in the top. And the denominator would be minutes because minutes is a measurement of time. Okay, so my two fractions that equal to each other for a proportion. They tell me first 9 math homework problems in 4 minutes. So homework problems was in the numerator, so that was the 9 math homework problems. And 4 minutes, minutes is in the denominator. Then it says at about this rate, about how many problems should he complete in 33 minutes. So I don't know how many problems, so I'll make that X. And 33 minutes, I know minutes went in my denominator, so 33 goes in my denominator. Now I need to solve for x, so I'm going to cross multiply. 9 times 33, that will give me 297, equals 4 times x. 4 times x is just 4x. Divide by 4 on both sides. It will cancel on the right. 297 divided by 4, you'll get 74.25 equals x. And again, this problem is asking you about how many problems should he complete. So if you were to round this number, because it's saying about, I would round this number down because that 2 means that we stay the same. So that 74 will stay the same. So it's really just 74 problems. I want the whole numbers. So it would either be 74 or 75, and in this case I round down. I stay the same, 74. Question number 3. On average, Tim collects 52 baseball cards in 8 weeks. At this rate, about how many baseball cards would you expect him to have collected in 15 weeks? So the first part of information to give you is 52 baseball cards in 8 weeks. So I know the two things I'm comparing are baseball cards and weeks. So as a proportion, I would know that weeks goes on the bottom because that's a form of time. So baseball cards has to go on the top. Baseball cards over weeks. And I know for a proportion I need two fractions equaling to each other. 52 baseball cards goes in my numerator. In 8 weeks, weeks was in my denominator. That goes on the bottom. At this rate, about how many baseball cards, so I'm looking for the baseball cards, I don't know that, would you expect him to collect in 15 weeks? So 15 weeks I know goes in the denominator, so 15 goes down here. I don't know how many baseball cards he would have, so I'm going to make that X. To solve this, I'm going to cross multiply. First, I'll do 52 times 15. When you do 52 times 15, you'll get 780. And then we'll bring down an equal sign. 8 times x, well, that would just be 8x. To get x by itself, I'll divide by 8 on both sides. It would cancel on the right. 780 divided by 8, you would get 97.5 equals x. And this one question said about, so I'm going to round this to the nearest whole number. The number behind the 97, it's 0.5, which means I'm going to round this 97 to 98. So it'll be 98 baseball cards is how many we would expect him to have. Alright, so your homework is to complete questions 4, 5, and 6, just like how we did 1, 2, and 3.